Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is your review for The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 1, Second Bloom. We're back. We're back. Our girls are back. I keep pondering on whether or not I should pick back up on Salt Lake City. My people over here that watch me, y'all didn't watch that. And so when I did review it, the views on those videos were like max 15. Maybe 20. I'll get, I'm being gracious by even saying that. Y'all did not show up for those. And so I stopped reviewing it, but it is really good TV. They're like, when it comes to the reality, when it comes to the Real Housewives franchise, I'm gonna say Salt Lake City is up there. I don't watch the others. I don't watch Miami. I don't watch New York. I don't watch Jersey. I don't watch the Orange County. I don't watch none of them. The only ones that I watch are Atlanta, Potomac, and Salt Lake City. And of the three, Salt Lake City is at the top for me. As y'all know, I dropped off of Atlanta last season. It really pained me to have to do it, but I couldn't do it no more. I stopped watching it halfway through. Couldn't do it. Came back for the reunion, and we're gonna try again. We're gonna try again. We're gonna see what K. Michelle, Tammy Rivera is also gonna be. We ain't here to talk about them. We're not here to talk about this crazy cast. I was about to say this sham of a cast, but I won't do that. I'll be nice. We're here for Potomac. Let's get into it. We lead, of course, with Karen's sentencing. Okay. We already know. We didn't even need to lead with this. We could have left this. We really could. Giselle, she's having company. The girls are coming over. Ashley's coming over. I feel like everybody's coming. No, it might just be Ashley. Ashley drops by first, either way. And of course, they talk about Karen straight away. They hope that Karen is doing her time on the AARP side of jail. They don't care about Karen being in jail. They don't care about it. Like, y'all are really like, these are slick digs. Okay. Moving on. We got those pleasantries out of the way. We move on to this guest list for Ashley's second bloom party that she's having. She's having a divorce party, and we're calling it the second bloom. Anyway, we move on to this guest list. Stacey will be there. I had completely forgot that Stacey was in the hot seat. I forgot all about that. She said she wanted to give she met up with Stacey. She wanted to give Stacey a chance to clear her name. Ashley asks if, do you think that Stacey is being dubious? And Giselle says, what does that mean? Giselle, this isn't the first time that, and I'm not saying that I know all the words, but when I hear a word that I don't know, what I'm not doing on national television at my big age, especially when it's a word I should know. When it's the ones you should know, like you should know what dubious means. It was another one that had her stumped. And I'm like, why don't you know that? You should have read that somewhere. Which tells me you're not reading much. And I'm not saying, and again, I'm not speaking like I'm just around here being studious. I'm not saying it. But I've come across my books, okay? And you got to pick up the ones you don't know. You really have to put them to memory. You have to stop. Okay, what's that? Look it up and remember it so that you can use it also in your vocabulary. That's how you expand your vocabulary. Reading. Me and the homie was just talking about this. I sent her a voice note and I felt like I said too much. And I was like, oh no, back in the books we go. Back in the books we go. I will not be out here hemming and hawing. And I can't find the words because I'm not digesting enough of them. What we will do is have an extensive vocabulary. Thank you very much. So my daddy used to always hit me with a word, and I'd be like, touche. I'm gonna go look that up. And he's always have us looking and reading the dictionary and reading. Get your reading, your writing, and your arithmetic. Back to the review. Because I really couldn't believe she didn't know what dubious meant. Giselle really, and maybe she just be doing it on purpose. I don't know. Meanwhile, Wendy and Kiana, they're pulling up. Ashley, are we going to let on what we know about TJ? Are we going to tell? Are we going to tell them? Because they got some tea on him. They're interrupted by Kay and Wendy. Wendy comes in and she kind of gives Ashley a real dry hug. I just done forgot these beefs, child. I done forgot who's supposed to be upset with who. Because I was feeling like, what? That was weird energy. Okay, but whatever. Stacy's the last to arrive. Of course, now that everybody's here, we dive back into the Karen conversation again. We're going to segue into TJ. Stacy says she's not changing her story. She's going to listen. The same thing I said up in New York, it remains. It remains. We're not changing the story. She says she spoke to TJ. He wants to come forward to tell you guys that he's lying. He can't wait to let you guys know that he is crazy. They kind of ambush her with questions, comments, concerns, backing her in a corner. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And I don't know what's going on with Kiana, but you can go from fan favorite to most hated real fast. And I don't know if that's what you want. Maybe it's what you want, because people really be feeling like when they're the most hated, that, that secures their spot. Sometimes not. I just really wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed with the way with what she was given in this episode. I don't know. She has time to redeem herself. It's just episode 1, but I just don't know. Stacy gets up and walks out because y'all not about to ambush her. Y'all not about to ambush her with all them questions. Now that she's gone, they can spill the TJ tea. So they tell the group that when they was in LA doing something, they ran into one of TJ's best friends who was a well-accomplished actress. And she was really trying to be like, and then when she let it be known, it was almost like, girl, relax, Ashley, please. She was really like, and she's a real accomplished actress. Like she was finna drop. Not to say that this lady is not well accomplished, but the way Ashley was posturing the woman, it was like she was going to be a household name. And I just met this lady on my television screen. I just met her. But okay. And I'm only speaking of who I think it is. And because I guess she wants to remain nameless, she gonna remain nameless over here too. Okay. But Ashley was just doing too much. Girl, please. Okay, it was Meryl Streep. Relax, girl. Please calm down. Please. Like, she was just really like, and it was because she wanted us to, like, it was credible. That made her more credible. It still doesn't mean anything. Stacey said, I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what y'all want me to do with that. But they say that the man that TJ is suing her. She showed them a lawsuit where he's suing her. He wants 50% because he was promised 50% of her RHOA checks, and he want the rest of his money. Whatever. Ain't no lawsuits out there. This is I don't know, a text thread. I don't know what they were looking at because it wasn't filed. Anyway, Stacy, she said, I'm meeting with someone really special. Child, she back with her husband. Her husband agreed to be on TV this go round. They told Bella about the divorce because they got divorced. But now they need to keep this little rekindle a secret because they went on a family vacation. I guess they just realized, and on that day, they got the notice that their divorce was final. And they were kind of like, oh, we can't. Look at us. We're here in this beautiful place with our family. We have to make it work. We have to make it work for Bella. No, make it work for y'all. That's y'all problem now. even though that's what they say. They say that this time around they're going to do differently. They really center their marriage around the child, and the marriage is separate from being mama and daddy. And so they're going to get back to that. Okay. I don't know, but he ain't got nothing to say. He ain't got nothing to say. Okay. He ain't got too many words for the people. Wendy and Eddie, Happy Eddie has expanded to Jersey. Hooray. Ashley meets Stacy for a shopping date. Hold your line. Husband's calling. Baby, these kids is something else. So, my husband called to tell me that my son left his homework on his desk. The homework packet and math workbook that I've been telling him to put in his book bag all week. All week I've been saying, put that in your book bag because you have to turn it in on Friday. All week. The first time his excuse to not do what the hell I told him to do was, oh, it's not due till Friday. Okay. It's always okay. I'm going to start hitting him upside the head if he don't get up when I say, okay, go do that now. Because it's stuff like this. And then he thought he called his daddy first because he knew not to call me. He knew not to call me. He called his daddy first because he's like, I know you're not going to do this, but can you take a picture? Because TJ was calling to ask me to ask you to come and bring his homework up to the school. So I'm supposed to get up and take your homework to the school that I've told you all week to put in your book bag, and it would be at the school. Yeah, he knew to call daddy. Anyway, moving on. These children something else. Where was I? I think Ashley and Stacy. Ashley and Stacy, they have a shopping date. Why does this look so wild? This hair just look untamed today. I just don't know what the heck going on. I'm really ready for braids. Whoo, so bad. So bad. Can't wait. Can't wait to get the hair braided. I think I'm getting it braided next week. I'm getting braided for homecoming, but I'm trying to think when do I can't remember I know when my appointment is, but like, is that next week or the following week? Anyway, back to the review. I don't know what that was. Like, my mind just be going to every which way. Sometimes it does that. and y'all gonna take the ride. They go on this shopping date. Ashley's having this divorce party. She thinks she needs some, one-on-one time with Stacy to get in her business, basically, because when it comes to Ashley, if she doesn't know your business, then she feels like you're not her friend. Ashley shares what she's heard, what she from the actress. She says she saw these screenshots of the lawsuit against her. Stacy says, I don't know what to say. I don't know what you want me to say. Stacy, I feel like, is a genius. I just love her so much because she's going to keep lying to y'all because y'all need to get out her business. Y'all need to get out her business because, for one, it's Stacy's job to share her life with us. It's not your job to go and dig shit up, throw it in her face, and make her talk about certain things. And that's Ashley's game. She's not playing that game. And she's going to play a better game, and she's just going to lie. just say whatever. This is the TV show that we're making here. I think we also forget we forget that this is TV. We're here to entertain. Y'all need to stop taking yourselves so seriously. If Giselle can sit up on this show all these years and give us absolutely nothing, so can Stacy. Stacy can come on here with her fake boyfriend. So what? So what? At this point, nobody cares. Nobody cares. So all of this, smoke that y'all have for this lady, it's really unwarranted. We don't care. As an audience, we're like, will y'all please? Let's move on. We don't care. And they just hell-bent on, you need to be accountable. No, just shut the fuck up. Please just shut up, okay? Nobody cares. Because she's playing this game well. This reality TV game, she's playing it, and she's playing it well. Kind of like what Kenya Moore did. And Kenya Moore will always pull a stunt and play the reality TV game and get the people all mad and all. You know, like, it's what you're supposed to do with your platform. Stacey walks out again because we're not doing this. Anyway, bye, girl. Ashley, she fills Giselle in on her conversation with Stacey. Kiana's friend, Angel. She's back in Potomac. That's where she grew up and everything. She was living elsewhere. She and her husband. Her husband is a retired NFL player. I don't know if we're gonna see if he's a husband that we're gonna see more of or not. You know, they seem like good impressions straight away, I would say, for both of them, for both she and her husband. Her husband doesn't seem like he's gonna be the type that is going to embarrass her. I think that he already has that vibe, like, this is your gig, your moment, and I'm gonna definitely play my part as loving husband to my housewife. You know, I feel like that's the vibe that they got. Cause that kiss that he gave her just to go into the next room, are we really doing that in real life? Or, you know, or is it to show I got my woman's back? And if that's the case, we love it. Okay? Cause honestly, when Tim is in the house and me and Brittany are here working or doing whatever, I'm not kissing him goodbye every time he come in and out the room. You know, so I don't think that that's real reality marriage, but reality TV marriage, absolutely. Absolutely, we got to do all of that. Absolutely, because we got to show the people straight away. I don't play about him. He don't play about me. We love each other. Thank you very much. You know, so he did that and went on by his way and let her have her moment. Let her be on her show. But they've been friends for 20 years. Kiana mentions that Wendy has been shading her. And she just doesn't. Oh, first things first, they went to the same college. They both went to Temple, Angel and Wendy. She says that Wendy was a couple of years older than her, but she saw her around campus, you know, always in a suit. I don't know if she was trying to throw little digs or if I'm just hearing it that way because I've been watching too much reality television, you know, because she could have just meant it exactly how she said it. Wendy was a couple of years older than me, but to throw out there, I always saw her in her suits. That was an unnecessary detail that just told me, yeah, you trying to be a little cutesy. You trying to be a little cutesy, but okay. Like I said, Kiana fills her in on how Wendy's been kind of, she ain't been consistent with her friend energy. She gonna have to talk to her about that. Giselle, she brings her friend into the group, Tia, who is she's born in London. Tia is born in London. She's a high-end real estate, excuse me, not real estate. Oh, but I could have said she's a real estate agent. Okay, she's born in London. She's a princess, a Nigerian princess, like in real life. So we'll see how she and I'm gonna have so much fun using my accent, you know, my good old British accent for everything she says. I'm gonna have so much fun doing it, and I'm not mocking her. I just love when I get to put on an accent. We're an actor, okay? And so, yeah, of course, any opportunity to brush up on your accents, that's what you gonna do. That's what she gonna do. But she's a princess in real life. I'm hoping she and Wendy hit it off, you know, both of them being Nigerian. Are they trying to do this on purpose to just throw her a little alley-oop after Nneka? I don't know, but so we're at the second bloom now. And Giselle, she introduces herself. Well, she's met Angel before. But she says she's got to get to know her better. She's still giving her, y'all. And it's like, why you always got reservations about people? Look, girl, please. Ain't nothing that lady did made you leery to where you had to specify the jury's still out. Anyway, Stacy brings her friend AJ with her. Wendy comes. She recognizes Angel, but that's about it. She's like, oh, yeah, familiar face. I remember seeing her around campus. She's just a familiar face. They weren't friends. They weren't in the same circles. Again, Wendy also. You being cutesy. Both of y'all are, and I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Because at my fine institution, the great Bethune-Cookman University, whether, and that maybe it's just me, because if there was a younger girl out there, and not even that much younger, maybe she was a freshman while I was a junior, more than likely, and at Cookman, you're gonna definitely walk past somebody a few times. The campus ain't but this big, and so for anybody to be like, I don't. You've seen everybody, and I'm just always loving when it comes to a Wildcat. When it comes to a Wildcat, you go, listen, I don't have to know you. I'm like, oh yeah, she a Wildcat. Mm-hmm. She is. We weren't in the same class. However, I saw her almost every day in the caf. I saw her all the time on the Ave. I saw her all the time down to the oil spills. or the Kappa parties, or the Alpha parties, where, I saw her down to the Rush. I saw her. Like, you can don't act like you ain't see the people. That's just where I'm at with it. Especially if your campus is small. I just don't understand the whole, we weren't in the same circles. Was it that many circles on your campus? Mine wasn't but so big, so it's like everybody know everybody. It's rare that I come across somebody from Cookman that was there at the same time as me, and I don't recognize you. Maybe it's just me. But they both trying to be cute, but okay. Ashley's grand entrance. She comes down the stairs, and she shares about this second bloom and what. Moving on. Kiana, I was trying to pull something. No, can't pull nothing from that. Kiana, she goes and sits down while Wendy and Giselle are having a conversation. They are actively speaking, and she sits down and says, well, that's rude, Wendy. I'm sitting here too. Girl, but you just sat down. You just set your ass right here. We already talking. What? I don't know what's going on with Kiana, but she need to tighten up. She need to tighten up, okay? She says that, so I should say she addresses her issues with Wendy. And she says that Wendy is different when they are on the phone than when she sees her out in public. When they're in social circles, she's a bit standoffish. Kiana was sponsoring an event. They talked about said event, but she didn't tell her that she'd be speaking at said event. She says, I see you there. Wendy says, well, you were sharing your moment with me. I didn't feel like I needed to make it about me. So I just said congratulations and went on about my business. However, it's odd that she wouldn't know. As a sponsor, it's odd that she wouldn't know who's speaking, but maybe they didn't tell the people. Maybe they didn't tell the people. They just took their coin. However, both of Kiana's issues are trivial, because aside from that, at a NAACP Image Awards, I think, or it was another type of event, and Wendy was there. She said that Wendy went up to her, and the first thing she said to her was, oh, hey, girl, did you do your own makeup? Now, if this is true, that was absolutely shady. There's no need for you to walk up to me and ask me if I did my own makeup. Like, for what? Unless we just in conversation and, you know, you're like, oh, your makeup is pretty. Did you do it yourself? That's what you're supposed to say. But you don't just walk up to somebody and be like, you did your own makeup? That's like somebody walking up to you, looking at your head and saying, you did your own hair today? She also didn't like that Wendy didn't speak to her when she was up there being a keynote speaker. She was supposed to give her friend a nod. Whatever, Kiana. I'm just really not going to spend a whole lot of time on that bullshit. The ladies have a small laugh at Stacey's expense about her breath because Ashley has to make it be, you know, she has to let it be known that Stacey has bad breath. The mean girl situation, I don't have patience for that either. Ashley and Stacey start going back and forth at one another. You know, they're raising their voices. Her friend come out there like, girl, what do you need? What do you want from her? What is it that she can do so you'll move on? What you need her to do? You need her to show you her divorce decree? What you need her to do? Because you're really harping. And that's really where we leave off. We're going to leave it right there and pick up right there again on Sunday. Let me get off of here because I have so much to do. I've been away for too long, you know. And so here we are. We have to pump some videos out. Maybe one of them will shake. You know, that's just where I'm at with my channel right now. I am not putting a whole lot of effort into bringing the people to the yard. I'm just not doing it. I don't know what's happened on YouTube. Like, I feel like the culture has changed over here and people are live more often than they do pre-recorded content. I'm still a pre-recorded girly. I don't have time to sit up here live with y'all. I have to etch out my little time to do it and then go on about my business so that I can edit and, you know, whatever. You can't really edit yourself when you're live. However, this channel isn't monetized yet. We are still going to reach that goal. We're going to definitely reach that goal, which is why the more videos you put out, I guess the better those chances. Okay? Amen? And so we gonna pump them out. So I got to get off of here and do Monster, the Ed Gein story. We're going to beat by beat just like Dahmer. So be here for the ride. Actually, I'm gonna put 1 through, because all I got right now, notes for, I feel like is 1 through 3. So we're gonna do episodes 1 through 3, and then I'll go ahead and wrap it on up with 4 through 8, so we can just be done. You know, we're gonna review it like that instead of reviewing each episode. Anyway, that's not even, we ain't even talking about that over here. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.